Hey guys, so today I'm making a spaghetti squash with a basil pesto. It's a really good recipe that I came up with when I became vegan-ish. And it's something that's easy to make and it's really good. It's one of those really hearty meals and it looks good and it tastes good and it's actually fun to make. This is my squash that I'm going to be using, and I'm also going to make a little tomato salad because honestly the whole pesto and stuff, it's really pretty quick to make. There's not too much to it, so really it's mostly just waiting on the squash to cook all the way through. It takes about 45 minutes for it to cook in my little tiny oven here. I just started preheating it since might as well, it makes sense. I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna get the stuff out of it, and then I've already picked up some basil. This is basil, this is cinnamon basil mixed with the regular basil that I've had at home. I've been growing them. The cinnamon basil I find is so good, and I think it's even better than the standard basil that we have in most stores, and I think in most countries it's kind of the same basic basil. I have to say the cinnamon is so much better, and as it turns out there's so many varieties of basil, so if you get into basil, that's something to explore, because I find myself getting into it more and more, and I think once you kind of get into it, you really start to taste the flavor and understand the differences. So today I'm mixing, it's mostly the cinnamon basil, but then I'm gonna add just a few little leaves of the regular basil. Actually, I can show you. This one, it's not doing that well. We had it outside, but now the winter is coming, so it's not really growing, to be honest. It's just hanging out, basically. Anyway, and the salad is a simple tomato and olive oil with a little bit of basil leaves as well. I also added a Brazil nut to it last time, which I will probably do again this time. So anyway, let's get started. First I'm gonna cut this up. It's the perfect time to make the pesto, you know, because really, when else would you make the pesto? And since we're adding lemon to it, the pesto can last a good amount of time. So usually I put stuff in the mortar. I'll add 1 teaspoon of salt, of sea salt. And actually I'll add, I don't always add mustard seed, you don't necessarily need it, but it just depends what your body's craving. Then I add lemon. Oh, this is the first time I just got this because I got tired of squeezing lemon by hand, and maybe this will be an improvement, we'll see. So this is half a lemon I add. Ooh, look at it. Wow. You can really see it release its juices. This is the consistency that I like it to be for when I add a little bit of starch. I find you need the starch because the taste is too strong without it. are pretty easy to make. You know, it's really just, you just want to have fresh ingredients, like very, very fresh ingredients. And you want to have a combination of the leaves and nuts, really. If it was a non-vegan recipe, you would add some sort of a cheese, which is also, I mean, in the future, I'm sure I'll have stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty delicious, but the amount of cheese, they're really minuscule, so it's not, you know, it's not a huge difference. And the thing is, there's already so much flavor. The cheese does help. In Italy, I was having pestos, just pretty much like this, but store-bought, and there were just like really just a few chemicals that kind of kept them a little bit fresh. And I find, because of the strong flavor that you get anyway, you don't need the cheese. So if you're a hardcore vegan, you really, like, the flavor is so good without it. Right now it's perfect. It's like, it's a very fluffy kind of sauce. And I'm basically 100% happy with it. Can I put this away? So I don't need it anymore, and I will make the tomato salad now.
A Solenzara vivevo di felicità. A Solenzara mi innamorai di te. Nel mio cuore la melodia come te ritorna ancora.
And this is something that I came up with, adding the Brazil nut to the tomato salad. It's something that helped me cope to not have mozzarella in it, because I find, you know, you get used to the style of the Italian type dining, and they'll always have mozzarella in this kind of a dish. So I found, just because the nut, it's kind of white, and it tastes good. The look of it ends up resembling cheese. So if you're missing that little look in your salads, you can always add a nut. And especially the Brazil nut, it has, it kind of curls up and it's quite white. So adding chili flakes is another Italian style hack. If you wanted to look more like this classic Italian pasta dish, that's the way to do it. Hey guys, I'm back, and I just did a little recording of the finished. I just did a little recording of the finished product, but then there's some weird clicking noise. I don't know what's going on with my camera, so I'm just gonna show you the end result so you'll actually hear my voice and see it. I got the squash, it was pretty much ready. The way you can tell is basically I just take out the half and you see it's already brown on the bottom. You see that it gets nice and yellow. You can, on top it still stays white, but then on the inside you'll see that it's nice and yellow. I added about half of the basil pesto inside, and then I put chili on top. I also put a little bit of salt, and you can put even more lemon if you feel like that's something that will taste even better. It tastes really delicious. I really love it. So enjoy, and make sure to make it with your loved one. Bye.